Hey, Jack here from 92.9. I'm joined by the legendary James Johnston here on the Loungers Plus Live Lounge. James, thank you for joining us, mate. How are you doing?
Thanks so much. Yeah, feeling really good. Thanks so much for having me on.
Awesome, mate. Look, you're an absolute gun. You've just raised over $21,000 for Ronald McDonald House, which is over double your original target of 10K, by the way, by running 100Ks from Armidale to Tamworth. How did this come about?
So there's nothing like planning because I came up with it about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, God.
And that is the honest truth. I started running at the start of the year and I thought, well, why not go into Tamworth and do something a little bit different?
Yeah.
And, it's been raising money for charity and trying to, do something, a little bit of good in the world is something that I love to do. So I think it kind of just was sparked from there. And then I thought, well, what's a good distance to run? And originally it was supposed to be 250 kilometres over the range from my hometown of Wingham to Tamworth. A bunch of my runner friends said, no, that's stupid, James, you will die. So they said, I said, okay, I'll scale it back a little bit. I'll run from Armidale to Tamworth, which is about 110 Ks. And, I didn't have any running experience. I literally went to Rebel Sports the day before I took off and went and bought some running shoes because I didn't have proper running shoes. So this is how underprepared I was for it. But, I'm a big believer that, it'll all work out. You just got to put it out in the world and it will work out. And it did. And it was an incredible run. And I got to play in a bunch of the little communities along the way, which was really special. And we actually ended up raising 24,000 was the final total. So I'm very, very happy about that.
Awesome. That is an amazing result. And to top it off, you've been teasing the new song Hellboy to soundtrack your campaign, which was released yesterday. So go check it out as well, by the way. What was the inspiration behind this song?
So Hellboy was inspired from the advice that my old man gave to me that I now am passing on to my two boys. I've got 2 sons, 3 and 10, River and Coda, and I'm finding that so much of the advice that Dad gave me that I once thought was like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. It's like, there's a way that things come full circle, and I'm giving that to my boys now. And I think one of the most important things was that if you're going to go out in the world, just give it everything you got.
Yeah.
The core message that just leave nothing on the table.
Yeah.
And that's really stuck with me. And, I didn't come from a musical family. Mum and Dad sold tractors. My grandparents sold tractors. Their great-grandparents sold tractors.
Yeah.
I was from a tractor family, a farming family, right? So to go out and do music was really unusual. But the thing that Dad said, he said, everyone else is going out there working hard. Tradies working up early, doing them, 8-10 hour days. He said, if you want to do music, work hard, treat it like a job, and just make it happen. And and that stuck with me. And as I said, I'm passing that advice down to my boys. Not so much my 3-year-old. He really hasn't grasped the concept of that yet. But that sense of perseverance and just keep going.
Of course, mate. And it makes total sense because I love the story about you playing on an old piano in an old hostel. Do you believe this is the moment where music sort of clicked for you, as shortly after you released your debut single, Raised Like That, which did incredible things for your career?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that story, the hostel story was in Nashville. And I've been doing music my entire life, right?
Yeah.
I've been singing since I was 4, busking on the streets since I was, I think, 8, maybe earlier. And I've just always done music, but I spent many years just playing bars, probably about 10 years.
Yeah.
A lot of that time living in a van, playing little bars around Australia and just playing other people's music. And I went to Nashville and I didn't go to Nashville for music or anything.
Yeah.
I was just passing through. I was doing a road trip with a buddy of mine and we were just kind of cruising through. The first time I was in Nashville, I finished up, we went out to Broadway and there was just music. If you've ever been there, there's just, everywhere you go, there's bands playing. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And I got back at about 4 a.m. in the morning. And there was this old honky-tonk piano in the hostel that I was staying. And I sat behind this piano and for the next 3 hours, I just sat there and I wrote a song. I hadn't written a song in years and years and years.
Yeah.
And the song was called Welcome to Nashville, right?
Yep.
And the song was all about what my life would look like in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
And it was this journey of the battle and going through it and then finally, starting to have a break. But that lit this fire in me.
Yeah.
And after that, I just wanted to write music. I barely slept. I was there for a week and I barely slept. I just wanted to write songs the entire time. And I came back and I was like, I just want to write more music. And, that was about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's been this crazy ride since.
It's awesome because you say you didn't write music, any songs for years, and then since then you've written hundreds of songs, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just incredible to sort of see you sort of had your moment where it all sort of clicked and changed for you. So I guess Nashville's going to hold a very special place in your heart.
Absolutely.
And speaking of places like Nashville, of course, Tamworth, what is it about performing in Tamworth that you just absolutely love?
Well, back to like where I came from, you
Yeah.
know, busking on the streets. Tamworth was, for me, was such a big part of my growing up story. And one of the main reasons, it was that 1 week out of every year, my family, you know, they ran a small business, and
Yeah.
anybody that runs a small business knows how much time and effort that takes. It's not just 9 to 5, you know.
Yeah.
So, Dad worked his ass off, you know, as well as out there servicing tractors, run around in the whatever. So they were busy. Yes.
Yeah.
But it was the 1 week of the year that my whole family would get together. We'd hire a little cabin out in the middle of nowhere, and I'd go and busk on the streets, and the family was together.
Yeah.
And that was every year. We did that. We didn't miss one. And so Tamworth holds so many special memories. It just feels this like really safe place that has so much joy to it. So to kind of come back every year and now be a part of kind of the community that is here and be a part of the awards and all the rest of it, it's really special.
Yeah, awesome. And what can we expect to hear from you this Tamworth Country Music Festival?
Well, I played Kicks in the Park last night, which was wild. I think it looked pretty full from where I was standing. It looked like it was a big night, so that was awesome. And tonight I'm playing my town hall show.
Yep.
Which is nearly sold out, which is really exciting. And then I'm hosting the awards,
Oh.
which out of everything that I've done, people said, "Oh, was the run hard?" And I was like, "Yeah, it was pretty hard." And it was like the awards. That's the one thing I'm a little bit nervous about, to be honest,
Yeah.
because I can get up on stage and I can sing and I can do that whole thing, and like I can do all the other things. But hosting is a whole new challenge for me, so that's going to be exciting and a little nerve-wracking.
No, good. Best of luck with it, James. It's
Thank you.
It's going to be a great night. Hey, before we do let you go, are you a cats or a dogs man?
Dogs.
Dogs.
Yeah.
It's another dog answer.
But hold on. I'm not a cats guy. I'm like,
Yeah,
you know, it's
yeah.
like, you know, it's not left to right. Cat's nice, but I think, you know, if you had to choose, dogs.
Yeah, dog is man's best friend after all. Hey, thank you so much for joining us here on the
Awesome.
Lounges Plus Live Lounge. James, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Appreciate it. Thank you, man.
And yeah, go check out James Johnson. Jump online and check out his new tune Hellboy, and get down and see him tonight and around the region here at the Tamworth Country Music Festival. Just do it.